This is Stacy Wyatt. Today we are talking with Jay Johnston over here at Total Mortgage. And Jay, we're trying to help our buyers find properties and get their loans accepted in this crazy market. Do you have any recommendations?
The most important thing that I see happening in a market that's very competitive is a listing agent is looking at a lot of offers. And what those offers mean, when they look at them, when they see those, what that means is I think depends on who is writing them. A pre-qualification, a pre-approval. A lot of times those are done on a phone. Client fills out, this is how much money I made. This is what I think my credit score is. Okay, and you know, in our business, income is done very differently. Mm-hmm. We need 2 years of overtime. We need 2 years of commissions. We need a lot of things. So quite often what a person thinks they make and what our industry decides they make is quite different. So pre-quals can be dangerous right now. And what I think is important is that your client brings the strongest letter when they go to get an offer accepted, or as a realtor when you look at offers being accepted. And what we're doing right now is something called the Greenlight program. Okay, our Greenlight program is an actual complete underwrite of a file and an approval subject to title and appraisal. Okay. So when someone they'll get an actual kind of certificate that says this loan is approved, pending these things. So when you present that, you'll know, as a listing agent, you'll know, okay, this client has already been vetted. We already know this client's income, any things that could fall through the cracks in terms of taxes, in terms of assets have already been vetted. We've looked at any deposits, all of that stuff. This is a done loan waiting for a property.
Now, how long does it take? Let's say drove by a house, I want to buy it, call Jay. How long does it take to get a Greenlight approval?
We'll have a Greenlight approval within a week. Okay. Within a week. I don't want to promise anything better because right now I can say 3 days. Right now there's 4 houses for sale. Exactly. You know, but our commitment is to do this in 1 week. We have underwriting is set aside time and every day to look at Greenlight. Okay. And that's also very important. Something that I'm really proud of with Total Mortgage. When the market slowed down in anticipation, a lot of companies, if you've been looking in any of the industry papers, a lot of companies already laid off people. Mm-hmm. We actually hired 2 new underwriters.
That's great.
We really have a commitment to stay at the top of our game, and I think that's going to become more important.
Now, how long, once they're greenlit, how quick can they close? Depending, of course, on when we get the appraisal out there.
We basically offer a 21-day guarantee. Okay.
Wonderful.
The only reservations to that, if there's any title issues, if there are any appraisal issues.
Of course.
We get good appraisal, good title, we're offering a 21-day guarantee.
And that will really be helpful in this market. You know, that's 3 weeks. That's awesome. Somebody wants a quick close.
And you know, like anything else, when we first rolled out this program, in busy times, you've got underwriters saying, well, I got something with a drop dead date, and so we really needed to make this program as effective as we could. We really needed to have that kind of commitment time for using underwriters in our Greenlight program, and we've done that.
Wonderful. That sounds great. We've also heard a little bit of commotion going on regarding investment properties. Do you have anything you want to share about that?
Yeah, I'm glad you asked me that. Investment properties and second homes. So, excuse me, Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac have both decided, and I won't try to guess their reasons, that they have too many of these in their portfolio. And the best way for them to reduce that portfolio, or to reduce risk in their mind, is to make it more difficult to get one of these loans. So they have placed on all second homes and all investment properties what is known as loan level pricing adjustments, which to the layperson really just means point penalties. So you may be looking at an interest rate of 4.5, but you're paying four points to get that 4.5.
Which would be, let's say on a $250,000 home, what would 4 points be?
If you were borrowing $250,000, it would be $10,000.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah, a point is slang for a percent
Yep.
of the loan amount. Okay. So they've done this basically knowing that a lot of people are going to stay away from it. Mm-hmm. And that slows down the process. and it hopefully balances out their portfolio where they want. But it is going to make it challenging. There are some other alternative routes that we'll talk about more down the road, but at this point, Fannie and Freddie across the board, doesn't matter what Fannie and Freddie lender you're using, across the board, the loan level pricing adjustments are in place, effective on delivery date of March 1st.
Good to know. Good to know, especially with, it's good for us to know, especially with a lot of people coming in and looking for second homes, especially in the beach areas.
Right.
So.
And what I think is important, whether it's whoever it is out there right now, if you were qualified more than a month ago for an investment property or a second home, get requalified. Talk to whoever it is. Talk to me, that'd be great. But if you're not talking to me, talk to whatever it is you're working with and say, look, I know there have been some changes. Will you look at my information again? There, because I've been hearing from some realtors already that I don't understand what happened. Mm-hmm. This loan came with a pre-approval and now they can't do it. Mm-hmm. Well, that's, other things could happen,
yes,
obviously.
Yes.
But for sure, that's a big one.
Well, thank you for that tip. We definitely will kind of look into people and pass people your way and see what we can do.
I'd love that. Even if they're not coming my way, they'll make sure, because it doesn't help anybody when people are getting denied and files are getting blown up.
Exactly.
And it is something that we have to keep an eye on. Rates have gone up. Well, that's another interesting thing. A couple days ago, I was online buying some really cool slippers for my wife. Okay, they're LL Bean slippers.
Does she know about it? It's not a surprise.
Surprise tomorrow.
Okay.
Tomorrow.
Right.
She'll be getting them tomorrow. But when I'm online, I see, think about rates are historic lows. Yeah. Rates are. There was a brief period in March last year where rates jacked up to as high as they've been in many years, and then within 2 weeks they dropped back down again because of the pressure on the government with COVID and everything else. The rates are back there. They're back that high, and we don't really see anything that's telling us they're going to go back down in the near term. The Fed has already said they're probably going to do at least another 4 rate hikes this year, which directly affects ARMs, directly affects home equities, car loans. So as the Fed is pounding that pressure, and as mortgage-backed securities are being sold again to the private market, interest rates are going to be rising. So there are people again sitting out there, even with looking for primary residences in this competitive market that haven't found any since November. Well, November their rate was 2.875.
They all need to make another phone call.
They might be
sure
they're over 4 probably today. So yeah, that's really important that we make sure everything we have is timely within 30 days.
Mm-hmm. Very good.
Someone asked that question, how long is a pre-qual good for? How long is a pre-approval good for? Well, it's only as good as the paper it's written on, right? So it's good until something changes.
Yep, exactly.
Which is why we always ask.
Until you lock it in.
Yeah,
exactly.
That's exactly right. Mm-hmm. And so if you don't have a property, we're not locking in a rate, we're not, so it's really important wherever your clients may think they are to make sure that's where they are.
Have another conversation with you or any other lender that they're using. So,
right.
Perfect.
And I did hear there are some other lenders now in the country. I wasn't aware of that. I did not know that. But yeah. So, right. Yeah. So yeah, I would say that that's an important thing
Wonderful. Okay.
to do.
Jay, thank you for your time. We appreciate it.
Always love talking to you.